You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet. Hey, it's me.
It is me, the Internet. Hello, Tyler. I haven't sounded like this since 1996. I don't know.
And welcome to another TADPOG podcast. Just a little homespun artisanal podcast show where we play old games.
Have you heard of them?
Tyler and Dave.
If you found this one, you've definitely heard a podcast.
Yep.
Because we do not rank on anything. So we're a very niche podcast about video games sometimes.
Yep. This is our third episode on Spotify, right? Or is it fourth episode?
Fourth, I think.
Fourth episode. Oh shit.
Well, I got an email.
This is the Uniracers of Spotify for
Spotify
us.
TADPOG. I literally got a letter in the mail from Spotify that just had a single-digit number on it for the number of our listens on Spotify, and I just nodded. I was like, "All right, thank you for the Master Popcorn." So we're on Spotify, is what we're trying to say.
Just new episodes, just from 4 episodes ago, moving forward.
Yeah,
Because man, uploading 500 episodes.
ain't my thing, baby. Link, Master Cycle Baron Link, he mentioned to me, he was like, why don't you do like a best of each system, you know, and like put your best episodes up for each system that we've done a list
That's
for,
not
you
a
know,
bad
like
idea.
Super Nintendo. It's a great idea, but the problem with it is like the order you upload episodes are how they are displayed on Spotify.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want someone's first episode to be like an episode we did like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, these guys are clearly unpracticed podcasters. You know, they listen to it now. They'd be like, these guys are pros.
These guys are okay.
Yeah. These guys definitely have some things to learn, but they're also not horrible.
They're not. Yeah. They're not horrible.
They're not the worst. They're not the ESPN sports game of sports games.
Yeah. There we go.
To be fair, we probably are. That is a very good way to describe us. We are the ESPN SNES games of podcasts.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and show my hand on this because we're not the worst.
Rein us back in.
Yeah, we're not the worst podcast out there, but we are certainly not the best podcast.
Oh,
we're
no.
kind of, I'd say probably a C-.
Okay.
C- podcast.
I'll give it.
Can we change the intro? Hello, Internet, and welcome to our C- podcast. Just let them know right out the gate. Or maybe it's in the disclaimer from here on forward. We'll get Nicole to re-record and say, I don't even know what our fucking disclaimer says anymore. It's been so long since I've listened to the disclaimer. We're not game experts. I know that much.
No. Just very crass commentators.
Right.
So yeah, we're good. Bring us back in. So I could say, so on this show on TADPOG, we are at the behest.
Yeah, I don't know what a bequest
of our
is.
bequest.
Is that like a
Behest.
It's like a Ford car, a model of Ford, a
Ford bequest.
No, it's Pontiac. I'm sorry.
Pontiac bequest.
Yeah, I had to choose between the Grand Am and the bequest.
So at the behest of our dark god, the Randomizer, we are randomly playing.
All hail the Randomizer.
All hail all the Super Nintendo games.
Randomly. He
And
or
so
she.
So far, it has not been. Well, lately, it has not been fun.
Bruce Beavis and Butthead. I liked Beavis and Butthead. We played that one recently. I liked that one. But he or she has given us a lot of sports games recently. Because we did Elite Soccer last episode. And before that, we played another soccer game, World Champions Soccer Club. I can't even remember the name of that game. It was awful. That is honestly, that soccer game is probably the worst soccer game I've ever played.
Okay. Besides playing actual soccer.
I don't know. I might actually prefer to play real soccer. No, that's a lie. I'm 38. I can't play real soccer.
Yeah, no. So we got dealt. ESPN Speed World was the game.
Yeah, the randomizer gave that one to us. And we were like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, because here's the thing about sports games. There are so many of them on the Super Nintendo, and the variations between them in a series are not great enough for us to dedicate an entire episode to it. And it would just be us rehashing basically the same shit with a different roster. Like, it's not going to be fun to listen to. We're not going to have fun recording it. So it was your idea to do, whenever we hit something like that, do all the games in a series. Go ahead and knock. If we hit NHL hockey, do all the hockey games. Yeah. We hit NCAA basketball, hit all in that unique series.
And that wasn't my idea. That was several people in Twitch chat made that suggestion. I think Zalnop did, and like Sandwich Pope Phil did. And
there we go. So it was the nation's idea. Like, these aren't good episodes. Go ahead and reduce the number of these, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, fine. The numbers on the sports games are very low. I don't feel
we understand.
Yeah, no,
they're not fun for us either.
Well, no, it's like if I'm like, oh man, I want to listen to a retro video game podcast. What's the search term I'm going to use? Probably elite soccer.
Elite soccer.
What I think we should do is every year we talk about the same 52 games for like the top 52 Super Nintendo games, and it's like. In year 8, it's like, here's our 8th episode on Super Mario World. Have my opinions changed on it? I don't know. This is an SEO podcast now.
Whenever one of us has a stroke, it's going to be a very different show. Maybe for the better if we're only doing the same games over and over. But since we drew ESPN Speed World, each of the games are a different sport in the ESPN series, but they all are a very similar feel.
Yeah, and they all came out in 1994. They're all published by Sony Soft. So there's definitely a precedent here to like talk about these games all together. Because truly, I don't feel like there's enough meat on the bones to do full episodes on each game individually.
At all. Like, they are brief, cheap, bad.
They're lean.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
You could tell, like, they were meant to, like, let's just bombard people with these. All in, like, look at this big series. Like, oh, man, ESPN, they got a lot of this series. This must be pretty good. I'm going to buy that. Like, no, fuck it all.
Well, and what sucks the most is where it's like, I mean, I feel like they're trying to cash in on the ESPN brand. Yeah. And, like, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't know how popular ESPN was then. I mean, I know it's really popular now. So I assume it was popular then, too.
Yeah, probably.
And I mean, it's like, and by cash in on that brand, what I mean is like each one of these games has like a very elaborate intro for the most part that kind of like matches the show, like the look of the show on ESPN. Yep. And they've got like for SNES 1994, pretty decent representations of humans that hosted those shows.
So the players have good-looking movements, but...
And, I mean, they've got, like, sound clips from the hosts that you can definitely tell what they're saying. And it's like, I imagine that, like, probably, like, 60% of the memory on each cartridge is, like, a sound wave of
it's like it's take a super generic game and slap the ESPN mod on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what you got for all these games.
Yeah.
But before we dive just deep into this ESPN cesspool...
SNES pool.
SNES. Yeah, there you go.
There you
nice.
Go. Welcome to the SNES pool. Yeah. What that?
I am your bearded host, Tyler.
Hey, Tyler. It's good to see you, man.
Thank you. It's good to see you. I missed you.
I missed you, too. It's been a week.
Yep. Well, we won't go a full week this week, though.
I know. We got that Call of Cthulhu to play on Saturday.
Yeah, we do.
I'm excited.
But this most recent Saturday, I went to my first country music concert.
You've never been to a country music concert before?
No. Nope.
That kind of surprises me.
I've been to a shit ton of Christian concerts.
Were none of them were country Christian?
Nope.
Or
all rock Christian.
Okay.
Contemporary Christian to rock Christian.
All right.
To like deep Southern gospel. I've been to a few of those with my parents, but
How were those? Lots of fun.
So much fun.
Did you see a bunch of titties?
See, listening to J.D. Sumner and the Stamps was pretty good because I do think J.D. Sumner is like maybe he's in some kind of record book for having like the
J.D.
J.D. Sumner.
J.D. Sumner. Okay.
It has the deepest bass voice. Like it was letting him hearing him hit those super deep bass notes,
the brown notes.
Yeah, and like the whole auditorium, everything vibrating with how deep his voice is.
Yeah.
That was a cool Christian concert experience.
All right, okay. You were like, God is in here with us.
Yes.
I can feel it.
God or the devil, one of them is in here with us. Otherwise,
it is I, the randomizer.
I saw Weezer in concert. That's
nice,
the only.
Dude. That's awesome.
Because all the Christian
rock.
concerts were like the youth group was like, hey, we're going to see this in concert. That's what we're doing this week. The only concert that I've been like, I want to go to this musical concert ever in my life was that Weezer concert I went to. Everything else has either been somebody telling me that's what the plan is, or I'm doing that for someone I love.
Yeah.
So that's just saying I'm not big on music.
Yeah.
Especially enough that I would be like, I'm going to do all these things to go see them in concert.
I'd do anything for love, but I won't
go to
miss
your
that
concert.
Weezer concert.
And I saw them once. I don't ever have to see them again. It's totally fine.
Yo, you got in a good time, I guess.
Yeah.
When did you see them?
Around the time what had just come out. We Are All on Drugs had just come out.
Yeah, okay. You got in like before.
That's a little past what I consider the prime.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
still,
enough.
yeah, totally serviceable. Yeah.
Then I've seen like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, stuff for the girls that they really wanted to see.
That's good, man. You've seen a lot of stuff.
And then now Garth Brooks, because that's Melissa's absolutely all-time favorite performer to go see.
And that's why we're doing this Garth Brooks of an episode.
Exactly.
Four games in one episode? It's unprecedented. This is a Garth Brooks.
It's true. This is the
girthiest
Brooks
we've ever done Brooks.
Because basically, a while ago, Kyle Collins of Experience Grind sent us a message about coming out for their 24-hour charity live stream.
Which went very well, by the way. I know they raised over like $3,000.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
All for Norton Children's Hospital. And it was fun. They did like some Jackbox
and they picked
games.
that for Jack, and I love them for that more than I can say.
Yeah, it was awesome. I hope everybody listening got a chance to check out the stream.
And so originally I'd planned to go do that because it was on the 16th. And then a few weeks ago, probably like 3 weeks ago, out of the blue, Brainy Jr. was like, oh, hey, our cousin posted that she's selling her Garth Brooks concert tickets because she can't go. So I bought those for you and Mom to go. I was like, well, when is that? The 16th. Okay. So regretfully, I told Kyle I couldn't make it. But Melissa knew, because I'd already talked to her about, let's do this on the 16th. So she already thought that's where we're going.
She thought you were going to the charity stream.
So I was like, it's a good setup since it's on the same night. She already thinks we're leaving.
Yeah.
Because I talked to Brandon Jr. and I was like, well, let's totally surprise her.
Okay, yeah.
So I told Kyle, like, I can't make it because, we're going to surprise her with these tickets, so I apologize. But she still thinks we're coming to your stream. So if she asks you, like, make some shit up or tell me. But,
Tyler, help! She's asking questions.
And so so I told her, like, I had to make up some shit. She didn't know where it was. We didn't know any details. So I was like, okay, what the fuck can I say? All right. Yeah, it's somewhere in Tennessee. Why in Tennessee?
It was in Indiana, by the way.
Like,
for everyone who
it was
know.
in Bloomington, Indiana. So I was like, who the fuck lives? Sean Barry. Sean Barry lives in Tennessee, so it's at his house. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, good, sweet. All right. So she listens to Digital Cart, and Sean talks about how he lives in Nashville. So she's like, oh, so is it in Nashville? I was like, no, I don't know why he said that.
That's weird.
I don't think he lives in Nashville.
I think it was a bit.
She's like, I'm pretty sure he lives in Nashville. I think he lives like outside of Nashville. It's like, it's not in Nashville, but it's like outside of Nashville.
Like way outside in Knoxville.
Yeah. It's like 4 hours away from Nashville. So like, I didn't tell her exactly where it was, but I told her like, I think he just lives like, that's the closest city. Like, I'm not going to say I live in Sharp. I'm going to say I live in Paducah. So she kind of like, okay. Bought that for a few days.
Okay. This is a real journey. This is a real journey for the surprise.
It was like tricking someone into driving 5 hours away is not super easy.
You didn't want to do it like you did with Josh and just drag him into the car, lock him in there, and drive him?
4 of us to forcibly pick him up, pick his shoes up, pick his clothes up after him, pin him down in the car, and drive off fast enough that he can't jump out.
Melissa wouldn't have liked that? I don't get it.
Don't ask questions. So, and because
I planned a very special evening.
all this time, her cousin is still posting about other tickets she has for sale. So she's like, "Do I have to go to this with you? Like, I'd like to get maybe some nosebleeds or something like that and go see this Garth Brooks concert." I was like, "It's really important to me that you go." Okay. And then let's see, closer and closer to time. Then she like, "Where exactly is this? Like, whose house is it?" Sean lives, like, he said it again, like he lives in Nashville. I was like, I think it's at his friend's house. Like, he has like a friend he used to know from the brewery, and I guess they're going there because he has a better sound setup. And I can see the skepticism on her face. It's like, that's stupid to make everybody drive out that much further. I was like, it's not my thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's all right. Have you shared it on Facebook about you going? No? Well, you should. Yeah, that's a thing I should do since I am going to be there and doing that.
I am 100% going to be there. Yes. Yes, sweetheart.
So then, like, I dragged my feet on it because, like, I haven't told everybody else that I'm not going there, just Kyle, so I don't know the situation. So then she shares it. I'm like, okay, well, shit, okay. All right, now I need to. So then I shared it, which I didn't tag, I just tagged just the information. Nothing that said, like, I was going or anything like that. Just, hey, this is what my friends are doing.
This is the thing that's happening.
And then conveniently, like, you had said, like, and maybe special guests, because Melissa was listening to the show when I was in the car with her. And then she was like,
"Oh," and you're like, "Oh,
have
shit,
you not
shit.
said that you're going?" I'm a surprise. Oh, okay. Why are you not advertising it? I don't know, in case we couldn't go.
Because it's a real big surprise.
Yeah. She's like, okay, all right. She's like, you're not that big of a deal. Like, I know I'm not a big deal. I know I just don't know if we can go, so I don't want to commit to it. So Dave's saying special guest.
Thanks for reminding me.
Okay.
Tyler, you're a co-host of a C- podcast at best.
And then, so everything's pretty okay. She kind of gets that, and then she's, what was it, like 3 nights before, she was like, "I'm sorry, I don't think I can go." She's like, why don't you just drive and you can stay with Sean and we'll just save the money. I was like, "No, we really need to go. I really need to get the hotel room."
I think she was testing you at that point.
Yeah,
I think she might have been wise, and she was like, "Let's see how much I can make Tyler squirm. I don't want to go anymore."
She was like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead. I'll book the hotel room then." So I was like, I already got the hotel room. She really looked at me strange because I have never done that ever.
You've never booked a hotel?
I've never. If we go somewhere, she books it.
Okay.
She is good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, Nikki does it too. But
So it's like, I've never done that. And she was like, "Why did you book it?" "Take it off your plate. You're very busy." So she was kind of offended that I did it. Like, I didn't trust her to do it. Because I booked the hotel room because her cousin, a Good Time Gatsby, who has been on our Patreon videos before.
She ate one of the
chips
with us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
She bought 2 of the other tickets. So she's like, "So we can all go together. It'll be a good time." I was like, "Perfect. You can be part of the surprise." She's like, "Here's the hotel we're staying in if you want to stay there too." I was like, "Great. That's what we'll do for the surprise." And then perfect. I'll go ahead and book it now. And I did. Like when we bought the tickets that night, I booked the hotel room. We'd had it fucking forever. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll book it." No. Why would you do? Fine, whatever.
Nothing like a good pre-Garth Brooks concert misunderstanding.
Yeah, perfect. And again, she's still like, what is it later on? She was harping on,
It wasn't Keith Urban.
"Why are you driving all the way out here?" I was like, "Well, where exactly is it, Tyler? What is the address? Well, you need to know where the fuck you're going." It's like a little place like outside of Knoxville. And she went, "Knoxville on the 16th? Like, so in the same day in the same city, there's a Garth Brooks concert, and I'm not going to go to it because I'm going to watch you play video games."
Aurora Borealis.
Yep. Concentrated in your kitchen at this time of year.
Audio memes. Also Simpsons stuff.
I was like, yeah. She's like, "I bet I get like a really cheap nosebleed seat to do that, and I'll do that while you record." And I was like, I know I'll do a lot better if you're there. And she just like, she's very frustrated at that point. Okay, all right. And then the morning we're supposed to go, she gets up, she wakes up, grabs her, and she's checking her phone. She's checking her Snapchat. Boom. Sean Muldowney on Snapchat saying, flying into Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And I was like, oh. She's like, why is Sean flying into Bloomington? And I was like, because he is going to meet Kyle and Ryan there, and they're going to road trip down to Knoxville. She was like, is it a flying? Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense if they're going to have a fun road trip together. Yep,
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Fun road trip, check.
Sean flew from Massachusetts to Bloomington, Indiana, to then drive 10 hours to Knoxville. Nothing. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So it was super stressful because we had to find a place for Jack to go and pack up all of Jack's stuff and organize all that.
Yeah.
Because, he has a lot of equipment. And then so having to travel out, go to her parents, set it up, show them how to do it, do all that. So we're late getting out and she's frustrated. But I can't push her. The concert does start, but I can't try to hurry because then she's like, why are you going to hurry? It's
We really got to get to this stream. Let's go.
We got to go to this stream that's going to go on all day and all night for 24 hours. We really have to get there whenever I've clearly said there's no specified time for me to be there.
Also,
a lot of people don't even know I'm going to be there, but it's very important that we leave right now.
She knew, man. I hate to tell you, but she knew.
She's seen whenever we were almost there because I had discussed with Good Time Gatsby, like, so what we'll do is I'll drive straight to the hotel. You tell me what room you're in, and then I'll go to the front desk, check us in while she stays in the car, and then I'll just go to your guys' room, act like the thing's not working, and you open the door. We'll surprise her. You be filming it because Brandon Jr. wants to film it, and we'll have I'll have the tickets. It'll be a great surprise. She's like, all right, perfect. So we're almost there, and then she texts me saying, oh, hey, we left. Sorry if that ruins anything. I was like, God damn it. So I've almost pulled this off. And then it's like, all right, well, now I have to tell her. So I FaceTime Good Time Gatsby, and then Melissa's like, what the fuck are you FaceTiming her? I was like, oh, hey, where are you? I'm in Knoxville. And Melissa looks really confused. Like, why are you calling her Knoxville?
For the charity stream.
Oh, we're on the way to Knoxville, too. I guess we go to the Garth Brooks concert, and Melissa then loses it, and she's super excited, and oh my God, are you serious? Is that actually what we're doing? It's like, yeah, and she was super happy. They talked. Everything was good. Like, even though I didn't get to surprise her the way I wanted to, she was over the moon, excited, relieved that she wasn't watching six guys in a room playing video games for 12 hours. Like, she was good.
The only way that could have been better is when you went to the other room. You know how you were planning on going to Good Time Gatsby's room, and it doesn't work, and then she opens the door. If instead of her opening the door, it was Kyle Collins of the Experience Grind podcast, and then there were six dudes behind him in the room playing video games.
Yep. All right, come on in. We actually got a hotel. This hotel room has great acoustics, so we got this hotel room.
Also, Garth Brooks might show up at the stream later, so we have to do it here.
But a few things I didn't know. I didn't know the venue was
an Arby's.
Arby's was like Neyland Stadium, like where the Vols play football. Like they're I didn't know it was in Knoxville. I didn't know it was the University of Tennessee we were going to in this massive stadium with 84,000 other Garth Brooks fans that are there.
Are you a fan? Do you consider yourself a Garth Brooks fan?
I like Garth Brooks okay. My favorite thing about Garth Brooks was his last time he hosted SNL. He did a very good job.
He's always good on SNL.
He is a very charismatic guy, and that came through in his concert. Like, I don't know a lot of his music, but I could definitely appreciate his showmanship during his concert. Like, I had a good time.
Man, spoken like a country music diplomat.
Exactly, yes. That could be my new rap name, Country Music Diplomat.
Or on your business card. Tyler Holland.
Operations Manager and Country Music Diplomat.
Address, the Holland deck. C minus podcast co-host. C other side.
Skills, eating hot shit, but not quite as good as the other guy that I did the show with.
Just leave it as the other guy. That ties in with an earlier
Tells
joke.
mediocre lies.
Owned hockey gear at one point. Another bullet point.
Yep. Big fan of Mighty Ducks. Spent all birthday money on hockey equipment never used. And
special one.
Shit. So we get there, we go to the hotel, we check in, she's super excited. So we only have we get there at 6:10. The concert starts at 7. So it's like, okay, we need to figure out how we're going to get there. And I found out then that because Brandon Jr. bought the tickets, everything. I knew nothing about it besides show up and go. So it's outside. We're like on ground level. We have amazing seats, but ground level outside in a stadium. It's like 30 degrees in the stadium.
Yeah.
I didn't pack warm weather gear. I had no idea.
You're out there to sun hat.
I couldn't tell Melissa what to wear. I mean, so we just were not prepared. So it was very cold. But on the way, I
wore all my streaming clothing.
Because we were about to go. I was like, I'm not sure. I don't think we should drive. I think it's gonna be a clusterfuck of traffic. Mm-hmm. Everyone in the stadium. It's gonna be in like a nightmare. I think we should probably Uber in and Uber out. And she's like, I don't know. I was like,
so Dave Coulier
this
saying,
this is what I'd rather. This will be fine. Mm. She was right. I was wrong. So we were supposed to Uber in and out with Good Time Gassy, but she was already gone. So I was like, well, okay, surely it won't be that expensive to Uber in. Okay, well, it was $35 plus tip for just us to Uber in. But to go there and park would have been $45. Okay. So I was like, okay, even if we split it going back, it'll be a little more expensive than if I just parked, but I wanted to fuck with any of the traffic. So this still works out. And we can drink. It'll still work out. So we get in there, we go to the concert, great seats. She's over the moon with Garth Brooks. I have a good time. Can't drink though. They only have like pallets of warm large cans of like Michelob Ultra. So it's just like, I'm not interested in a warm can of $10 Michelob Ultra. No, thank you.
Care to warm up with a beer, sir?
With a room temperature beer? It's much colder outside. So neither of us, like, and they sell out of all the food they have like immediately. This concert was,
they had food
It
there?
was great, but it was very poorly planned.
I don't know
they run out of everything.
What kind of food did they have there?
Pretzels, hot dogs, pizza, like general stadium type food, popcorn.
Okay. I guess that makes
candy.
sense because it's a stadium. They have a concession.
So they had
there.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, like when I go up there and try to order, because I leave during the opening act to go get some food because we haven't gotten to eat because we rushed in there, and they're out of like fucking everything.
Of course.
So I got hot dogs, and of course now they're all out of condiments. So I was like, well, okay,
they're
we're
out of condiments.
Out of condiments.
Did they wrap it in bunny bread?
Everybody there that I talked to was like, this was very poorly planned.
Yeah.
So we eat our plain hot dogs. We drink our water. Mm-hmm. You know,
Garth Brooks Fire Festival.
It sucks. It would have been more entertaining if we could have gotten drunk. Maybe I wouldn't have felt so cold. But all right, we still had a good time. She was over the moon. Happy about this. Everything's good. So we all go to leave. And of course, trying to get 84,000 people all trying to leave at once and flood into downtown Knoxville. Fucking nuts. So as soon as we get out, it's like, well, our Uber driver did say, like, rates are going to be high whenever you leave. So go somewhere, have some dinner, bar hop for a little while, like, and then try to find your Uber. I was like, okay, that's a good idea. So we go out. Every single place there is packed to the gills.
Well, yeah, because Garth Brooks just got out.
Yep. And
course, no one was able to eat shitty hot dogs or pretzels.
Yep. And there are not enough Ubers to go around. Like, not enough Ubers, Lyft, or taxis. So, like, everyone is there stuck. Every place is completely packed out. Lines out there. Every restaurant, McDonald's is packed. People are just trying to stay warm inside. Uh-huh. And we're also like, we didn't get to drink. We didn't want to drink tonight. Let's find a liquor store. So we walk around for 3 hours in 30-degree weather while constantly trying to call an Uber, a Lyft, or a taxi, and nothing. The going rates for each one of these services, $100.
$100?
A taxi would have been the most expensive at like $3 per person per mile for the taxi.
Man. Can I write Uber a letter and be like, can I be a driver only when Garth Brooks concerts get out?
And of course, we are in a hotel like 12 minutes away. All the Uber drivers are, it's the only time I've ever gotten an Uber for like 30 seconds and then them drop me because they want the people who are willing to pay $50 to go 3 blocks. So like the people who were way far out, we get last. So that's why we walk around trying to find a place to chill, trying to find a liquor store, trying to do something. Yeah. 3 hours in the freezing cold. Finally, we're sitting outside of McDonald's where enough people had like wandered off that we can sit outside the McDonald's. So at least we have access to a bathroom.
Wow.
Then finally, like, I managed to get an Uber XL for $105 to drive us the 12 miles back to the hotel. Like, if I had just driven, that would have been infinitely better, even though I split it. We split it between the two couples. But I did not expect to pay, like, $85-$90 for transportation back and forth. Like, lesson fucking learned.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yep. So once we got back to the hotel, of course, we're starving. There was a 24-hour McDonald's, down the road. So
did it look weird without a horde of people around it?
Well, once we got there, they'd shut down the outside, and we got there just in time for them to close down the drive-thru.
Awesome.
Because they were overburdened. We heard the workers outside yelling and cursing about,
"Damn you, Garth Brooks!"
We were in the McDonald's line for about 45 minutes trying to get food to get back.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
I only waited 15 more minutes for that
and
Popeye sandwich.
And when we found the liquor store,
yes,
they could only sell beer. And I found the strongest thing I could find was this margarita that's 10% alcohol by volume, because all their hard liquor sales stop at 11. So we were just fucked. So by the time it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock by the time we all got settled and in and had something to eat, and the concert got out at 10:30.
What time did it start? 7?
7.
What time did you make it there?
7:20.
And he still wasn't on, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
We watched like 3 songs from the opening act, and then he came on.
Yeah, I figured you guys had plenty of time.
Wasn't a big deal.
That's good. That's good at least. And hey, I mean,
most important thing, I could tolerate all of it. She had a tremendous time, was super excited.
Well, good.
I love that I got to do that for
then
her.
it was a success.
It was. But fuck some Uber. Fuck some Uber, fuck some Lyft, fuck some taxi company.
Yeah, man.
Now I know. Now I know better.
Also, man, it sounds like Knoxville's not a great place to see a concert.
Nope. I've heard from our Uber driver said like they regularly have even more people than that seeing football games.
Wow.
And that is like no problem. They completely bungled this one because like you had to pay. I think if I driven in, it would have been $45 to park.
Yeah.
And okay, like because they relied on like more public parking and shit like that instead of like for football games they have shuttles placed out, strategic points all over the place to distribute it and have all the services ready and waiting once the shuttles unload.
But that
and
makes
stuff
sense
like
because
that.
that's probably all organized by the athletic department or whatever,
Yeah, it did not happen for the concerts at all. So that was my weekend. What have you been up to?
Oh man, I watched The Mandalorian. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Didn't see him in Knoxville. Yeah, it was good. I played Torchbearer. We had we play that on off weeks, and that was good too. I've got a question for you. You sent me a message to remind you to tell an intro story about the Love Shack Country Store.
Oh, thank you. Forgot about that.
So enough about me. Tell me about that.
So on the way, when Melissa and I get up, we're leaving, driving back home from Knoxville. We like to stop and see whatever weird roadside attraction. And we weren't like in a big hurry. The kids were all taken care of. So we're driving and we do see the Love Shack adult store. So it's like,
was the tin roof rusted?
all right, well let's go. Let's just check out because is it another fantasy world? Is it weird? Is it like anything else? Like let's just go. Let's go see because we kept seeing all these signs like Love Shack adult store, Love Shack adult store.
Big
Okay, maybe it's a
budget.
big funny thing. All right, let's go. So once we find it, and it let's just say the least, it was underwhelming. So it was between where they sell trailers and a hot tub store was this teeny tiny Love Shack adult store.
Like in an alley.
Well, it was in the open. It was like it had been a big open business area.
Okay.
But like the house in Up.
No one
where
else.
It's like two big corporate and then a tiny house.
Right. Okay. That explains your hand gestures that no one else listening to this can see.
Yes.
You were making a very small, I love you this much. So I was like, man, wow, crammed in there, huh?
But we get out there and it looks very weird. This little house.
So it's a house.
It looked like more like a house. It was split with another business that was like a flea market or some kind of weird other business that split the building.
That's where the shack comes in.
There you go. And we get up and they have like all these, like they had black curtains over all the windows and like these old blow up dolls in the windows. And I was like, all right, this is a weird place. This will be a good story.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. And we get out and it turns out they're closed. But they do have all these little slips of paper inside on their door. So Melissa grabs one.
What time of day was it?
2 in-the-afternoon.
On what day? Was
Sunday.
It Sunday. Well, okay, maybe.
So we
maybe
go.
they're at church.
Melissa goes up and pulls up that slip, and it says, "We're sorry due to this city's archaic laws, we are not allowed to be open on a Sunday in this part of the city.
The draconian government's keeping the penises out.
So it's like, but we would love to service you at our country store, and it gives us directions to the country store. So we get in the car, it's like, what the fuck is an adult country store?
Yeah, I'm curious about this too.
Is it like, here's some country ham and some dicks? Look, I don't.
Man, I was hoping you were going to get to the Love Shack and it was going to be just like an old woman with a bunch of like Shaquille O'Neal memorabilia. And she's just like, I love Shaq.
I didn't know how to spell his name. His name was copyrighted, so I did it phonetically.
Who is Shaquille?
Love Shaquille. Oh, that's not bad either. So we follow all these. It's a very weird set of directions after their country store. On the way to the country store, we pass
another adult country store.
Something.
A weird, fucked up Cracker Barrel.
The Knoxville Doll Museum.
Oh boy, that sounds horrible.
And it looks like somebody's house with a few additions onto it. And it's a big sign with like a creepy ass porcelain doll. Like, fuck. So we pull into that. Like,
all right.
We have to go to the doll museum. Fucking close on Sunday. Like,
due to this city government's draconian doll laws, we are unable to be open today.
Yep. So then we drive a few minutes further down the road to the Love Shack country store. When we get out, I can tell, oh, this used to be a Minute Mart.
All
and
right.
It has hence changed into this store.
So it's a Love Shack bodega.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be good.
Cool.
All right. I go inside, and it is fucking dumb. Sorry to let you down, but it was fucking dumb like any other adult store that sells overpriced lingerie, Astroglide for $20 a bottle, and the same like stupid shit you can get much cheaper on Amazon or anywhere else. I did see looked like a guy who appeared to be with his mother, and she kept holding up lingerie to him. Don't know what that was about. But we just kind of walked around like, this really sucks. That was such a bust. I'm very disappointed.
That is a bummer.
So, yeah. Don't have a good, funny story.
Man.
But it was a journey.
At least you didn't get to see the dolls.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
Most of the pictures of the house.
The doll house. Well, all right. Well, I'm glad you made it. At least you saw it through to the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's not always a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow,
No.
it turns out. You want to talk about these 4 ESPN SNES games?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Do you hear that, Tyler?
I do hear that.
What is it?
Disappointment.
Oh, man.
on all spectrums.
Oh, no. Everyone's disappointed. The randomizer's not disappointed. Actually, the randomizer is
Uber,
disappointed.
the Love Shack, ESPN games, we're all disappointed.
We got it all here in our C-minus video
Yep.
game sometimes podcast. Of course I hear that disappointment, which ushers in a segment that I'm disappointed to tell you is Dave Reads from Wikipedia. It's a segment you could do on your own if you wanted to with your eyes, but why not listen to me?
Save you that trouble. Here, let us Google that for you.
So here's my, okay, we've never done this before. Here's my proposal.
Okay.
We do one game at a time,
Okay.
right? Because it's like,
That makes sense.
that makes sense, right? Okay. So ESPN Speed World, guys, is a Super NES and Sega Genesis video game that was released in 1994 exclusively for North America, based on the television series of the same name. The title screen of the video game was partially inspired by the 1993 running of the first Union 400 racing event, which I'm sure we're all familiar with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which occurred on April 18th, 1993. And if by the title screen they mean the word Speed World appeared on the screen in blue letters, and then a car went by it really fast, so fast that it pulled the letters with it,
Yep.
then they nailed it.
Such cheap bullshit.
The real-life drivers from the mid-1990s are missing because the game only has an ESPN license and not an official NASCAR license.
Yep, makes sense.
That's going to be a reoccurring theme for the other games.
Yep.
So,
And a lot of the sports games on the SNES.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that stuff, those licenses couldn't have been easy to come by. And I know usually they were like
Prohibitively expensive.
yeah, and they were like exclusive license too, because I think like EA would pay like more money to have like exclusive rights to those
Yeah,
licenses.
because we can do that. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, man.
Not really any good ma and pa sports games around.
Ooh, yeah, not since what? There's probably a good one. Bill Lambert's Combat Basketball.
Yeah.
The Love Shack Country Store basketball games on the Super Nintendo. So yeah, this is a NASCAR game.
Yep.
I didn't realize that going in because I had never seen this television show.
I think it's the first one we've ever done, a NASCAR game.
We have never done a NASCAR game.
All right.
And technically we still haven't because this doesn't have the NASCAR license.
You're right.
I think this is probably the one that is most influenced by NASCAR. So we could say that.
Yep.
It's a racing game.
It is.
It's a racing game. You can race on the tracks.
On tracks.
The NASCAR
With your
tracks.
car.
With your racing car, yes. Which the cars look very weird because they do not have logos all over them.
Mm-mm.
They're just plain ass cars that you can paint in 2 colors.
Yep. Like a NASCAR with a color up the middle and then the top and bottom being a different color.
And we tried to look up the painting regulations for NASCAR race cars and we could not find them.
Because we can't paint a car black.
Yeah, there's no black color.
So trying to search out, can you not have a black car in NASCAR?
Yeah.
Yielded, why are there no black drivers in NASCAR? For every result.
I mean, a valid question.
Yep.
But still didn't answer why we can't paint the car black. So I thought that was kind of neat. You can customize the car.
I thought it was kind of neat. No black guys in NASCAR.
I didn't say that.
There is one though. There is one. Bubba Wallace. I found that out.
Does he? What brand does he represent?
Let's see. Cars 3.
What's Cars 3?
NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace attends the special NASCAR screening of Disney Pixar's Cars 3. No, he was just there.
Oh, the movie Cars 3.
Yeah.
Turns out Bubba is
the
Lightning
fourth
McQueen.
black driver to race in the NASCAR Cup.
Well, there we go.
The sport's top level. So he's not the first, but he's the first in 11 years.
Still can't paint a car black though in this game.
It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so there are, because I guess I never thought about that, but yeah, there are black, I think there are black hockey players and there are black NASCAR drivers. But I don't know if there are black NASCARs.
There has to be, right?
Okay, so there's there's a Snopes article on black NASCAR drivers. This is going to be interesting. Claim, David Letterman offered a top 10 list about why there are no black NASCAR drivers. Status, false. He didn't do that.
All right. Phew. Man.
And
thank goodness.
The
David
proposed list looks incredibly racist.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's why it's a big deal then.
Incredibly racist.
So link in the show notes, I guess, because I definitely don't want you to read any of that bullshit.
We definitely should not. Because it is it's pretty bad.
But you can customize your car in this game.
Yep.
By not only painting it, you can change the suspension, you can change the tires, you can change the transmission. So you can set it to, you have 3 automatic transmissions, you have 3 manual transmissions.
What any of that means, I don't really know.
You can change the spoiler.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's all cool. I mean, you can customize the car. I mean, I'm not saying it's it's not the first time that's been done, but it's okay, at least it's not just you start the game and then you're racing the same car as everybody else. And I don't know, you can make decisions. There is drafting in the game, which I think is neat. I think it's called drafting. You remember Days of Thunder where Tom Cruise is trying to explain, I guess, how a race car back behind another race car, he's doing it with sweet and low packets or something.
No.
If two race cars are driving and one gets behind him, the guy in first, he can essentially he reduces the friction of air because the car in front of him is blocking it or something like that. And then he can pull away in front of the person who's in first by using that technique. That technique is in the game. They're if you are right behind a car, you will get a little icon will show up that shows air a line going over your car, I guess showing you that you're super aerodynamic right now and you'll increase in speed.
Because I know Mythbusters did that episode about the closer you follow behind a trucker, your better your gas mileage is.
I saw that one.
Yep.
But
not to do it because it's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
And not worth the savings.
Yeah. Well, the cost of saving a few bucks in gas is decapitation. I think that's fair.
Yeah, as to what all the effects do on your car, I don't really know. I wish there was a better. I don't know of any racing game that when you adjust your tires or your transmission or anything like that, it doesn't say what it does. It's just implied that
that you should
if you're
know
playing
this.
a racing game, you know what this does.
Or it's in the instruction manual, which I couldn't find. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't even bother to try to find it. I just was like, I don't know. With a lot of sports games, it's kind of like, just start it up and figure it out. Like, that's how I approach every single sports game. Is like, just start it up, man, and then press buttons and see what they do.
Yep.
It's kind of, I don't know, kind of how I have addressed fighting games as well, where it's like, one's going to punch, one's probably going to kick, and then they're probably going to have variations of those things.
Because there are 3 different difficulty modes and maybe 12 different tracks, each in a different state.
Yeah, and they're like in increasing difficulty, and like you can change the difficulty of the other racers too. And they've got a head-to-head mode. It's not like F-Zero where it's just one player. So it's got one thing over F-Zero, I guess.
One thing.
I mean, there are a lot of people who do not like F-Zero, and I kind of get it because it's like it's a tech demo essentially. But it's like, that is a huge oversight to like not include a 2-player mode in a racing game.
Melissa, whenever I got the SNES Classic, Melissa was super excited to play F-Zero with me because she used to play it all the time.
Yeah.
When her brother got a Super Nintendo, very excited for us to play it. And I didn't know until then that it's only a single-player game.
Yeah, it's surprising, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's the same as
like Final Fight.
Firing that bad boy up. And I remember you and I are really excited to play. It's like, all right, we're going to start this C- podcast off gangbusters, and we're going to have fun playing this game. And then we turn it on, and it's like, fuck.
Yep.
Why is it going to suck so bad? So anyway, you can race head-to-head in ESPN Speed World for the Super Nintendo. That's pretty much, it's a pretty mediocre racing game. Like, mediocre's
I didn't
not
hate
nice.
it. It didn't seem terrible, but by no means was it great.
It is serviceable.
It looked like it was just a cheap ESPN paint job.
Yes. And I mean, like we said earlier, like the host of the show, whose name I cannot remember, introduces the game. And it's like, there's a
Jeff Carson.
That's probably Jimmy's brother, right? And like there is totally like I don't know. I mean, like that was impressive. Like at first I made fun of it. Jacob streamed this with me on Twitch on Sunday, and like he said, because I was kind of like blowing it off, and he said, "Well, in 1994, this would have blown our minds probably." And it's like, yeah.
I mean, F-Zero was like a launch game. And I feel like
but it didn't have
least,
dudes talking to you.
No, but I feel like graphically it's kind of set a better
I'm
standard.
specifically talking about the dudes talking to you. Because I remember like the first time Madden talked on a Genesis, I was like, holy shit, I can almost understand what he's saying. But it's like, this was like clear as day. Like, these are words. It's 1994. I'm a video game man talking to you.
This is the future.
Right. Welcome to it.
This and webcams. Holy shit.
For a long time, Biggie couldn't afford both a Super Nintendo and a Genesis. That's how big of a deal these are. So anyway, I feel like that's where probably most of their budget went as a sound sampling. And I would not be surprised to learn that is where the majority of the memory went as well. Yeah, for the cartridge. So I don't know. Look, I'll be real with you. I think it is probably the first or second best game in the 4 that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's serviceable. It's serviceable. Mm-hmm. It'll work in a pinch. You'd probably be mad if you paid full retail for this thing.
Oh, God. Can you? Oh, man. You better be a huge fucking NASCAR fan.
But even then, you're going to be a little disappointed.
You're not even like, I can't be Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Fuck, I don't even know what products to buy. They're not on the car. No, I don't know.
I'm forgetting what Tide is.
Shit. Does Office Depot exist yet?
Spam? Spam?
Have you ever watched any NASCAR?
I tried when I was young.
Was it because, like, although the people you knew were into it?
Everyone at my church was fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll give this a try. And in no way, shape, or form could I get into it. Like, at all. I picked up enough from listening to people talk about it that I could bullshit my way if I was really approached with it.
Sure.
But
cars, man, they got wheels. They go fast.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Like I've said on this podcast several times, it's about all I got. Jeff Gordon, man, fuck him in the ass. Richard Petty, man, God bless his soul.
It's Tom's brother.
Yep. That's the extent of my NASCAR knowledge. Because I honestly
more than
tried, and I got bored so quickly and did not understand.
What about it bored you?
You're just cars going in circles.
So that's it.
Yeah, there was nothing to it. In my vision as a kid, there's I didn't get it.
Yeah.
There was nothing for me to. I didn't understand cars. I wasn't into cars or like the science behind the acceleration and everything that can go into it.
Sure.
Like I didn't know the personalities. I was trying. It'd been the same thing if I just tried getting into football, because I have no basis of knowledge whatsoever.
I never really got it. I never really knew anybody who was into it either. Mm-hmm. So it's like NASCAR has been like just an absolute blind spot for me. But it's like, I mean, I've seen a little bit on TV, and it's like, I'm sure that is really fun to do, like to be a racer, like a race car driver in this race. But watching it, I don't know, man. It's not
Everybody's
exciting.
like, you have to go live. I'm like, but I'm not.
You might get hit by a tire, man.
A guy I went to high school with, his father was killed by a blowout tire.
That is wild.
Yeah,
I've seen photographs of tires shooting out at people in the stands. Yep. So, I mean, no thanks. I'd rather. I'm scared to try to catch a foul ball at a baseball game. What the fuck am I gonna do with a tire? I got it.
Don't worry.
So I don't know.
I mean, I like movies about racing.
Yeah, like
Talladega Nights.
Haven't seen it.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah,
I like that. Days of Thunder. I haven't seen the whole thing, but also, the bits I've seen.
Haven't seen it, but I know that sugar packet scene.
Yeah, I've seen. You know that I've seen other parts of the racing in it. Like that's entertaining. Like all the kids love cars. That's pretty much NASCAR for kids.
I don't think cars is NASCAR for kids.
It's racing. Is it not?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it though?
I've never seen Cars.
Me neither. Welcome to our C-minus Cars podcast.
Because I know the second one, they were more like spies. Yeah. And that one was like the first bomb by Pixar. So they brought it back to more racing in Cars 3.
The show art for this episode is going to be Lightning McQueen shrugging.
Perfect.
All right. You want to talk about this next game?
Yeah. Well, you want to talk which one?
Or do you want to try to list more racing movies?
No, I think we're good. Yeah. That's about all I can think of. So,
Cannonball Run?
Is that a racing?
Yeah. Okay. Not NASCAR.
I've never seen that. It's got to be NASCAR. Which one you want to talk about now?
There's that Ricky Bobby movie.
You're right. Shake and Bake, baby, whatever that's called. I think it was Shake and Bake is what it was called.
I think the movie was called And I Help. Yeah, let's talk about the next game. Which one do you want to do? You pick.
Let's talk about that baseball game.
All right. ESPN Baseball Tonight is a baseball video game for the MS-DOS, Sega CD, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo Entertainment System. There is a summary here. The game was licensed by MLB, but not the Players Association. So while actual team names and logos are used, no player names are in the game. This was developed by Park Place Productions, who it was published by Sony, but we remember Park Place Productions from, man, we just recently did a Park Place Productions game.
I do not recall.
Man, because I remember us talking about because they did the new A Boy and His Blob, I think. Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry. It rang a bell, and it was like one of those where it's like, I don't think it was a very good game. And that's all I have to say about ESPN Baseball for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, because I watched you and Jacob play it for a while, and I was like, fuck, this looks really bad.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was
compared to Roger Clemens' MVP Baseball.
Roger Clemens' MVP Baseball is probably the worst baseball game that I have ever played. And I don't like baseball games, but I could have played this more.
Yeah.
This one was my favorite of the four.
Yeah.
I think this is the better. It's not a great baseball game, but it was
the pitching motion looks very cool. It looked like the animation for the pitcher was done very well.
Yeah.
I have not seen that in another baseball game.
Yeah, it almost looked like rotoscoped, kind of with the. Yeah, I mean, it looked really good. That animation did. Man, there's a Little Caesars advertisement in the stadium, which is really cool. It says pizza, pizza, and then there's a tiny, almost discernible Little Caesar, I guess is his name, would be my guess.
All right. Because I like the way, so what SNES Drunk did a video over all the SNES baseball games.
I haven't seen that one.
I like his assessment of, in any baseball game, you have to look at all, like, 4 factors. Hitting, pitching, fielding, and rate of play. If a game doesn't have all 4 of those quality, it is not a good game. It is not a good baseball game. If you're missing any of those, it is a bad baseball game.
All right. Well, I mean,
because all those are such essential elements to enjoying it that it's just like, if one of those is wrong, it kind of derails the game.
Yeah, because like I feel like Roger Clemens' MVP baseball, the fielding was absolutely unenjoyable. And it's like that game, Roger Clemens looked a million times better than ESPN the baseball game did.
SB ball, whatever.
Who knows, man? It's an ESPN baseball game.
You're not listening to this. No one is. We're shouting into the void, so it's fine.
It's fine. So
this is a podcast basically for Phil Hawkins and Kyle Pertleball. Thank you very much, and Zeus. Zeus has been in there a lot too. It's for the 3 of you. We appreciate it.
ESPN Baseball
Alex,
Tonight.
I'm sorry you wasted your money.
and Grim and all of our Patreon donors. We're very sorry. We'll try to pull this.
There's Call of Cthulhu coming out. There's your value. Boom. This is the expired product we're throwing in the trash can.
You just want to call it? Are we done?
No, we'll grind through the 2 others.
Well, I mean, I got some shit to say about baseball, man.
Say some shit, man.
I think that this is also a very serviceable sports game.
Okay.
I think out of those 4 things that you touched on, according to SNES Drunk, a baseball game needs to have in order to be good, but I'll just say serviceable because
I think he said decent was the word he used.
Because it's like the pitching is fine. You can do a fastball with the D-pad. You can adjust the pitcher on the mound. The batting is a little slow, but it's like once you get the hang of it, and it's like I got the hang of it, and like
because I noticed when you guys would swing and it would look like you missed. And then you'd see the ball fly.
Well, the reason that I beat Jacob in baseball, which is absolutely important to say, is that I beat him in baseball and also in racing. Is that when you hit the ball, like they more often than not, like all the more, I don't know if it was the way I was hitting the ball or what, but the balls that I would hit would strike the ground and then pop up off the ground, and he would catch the ball and think that I should be out. And it's like, no, it popped up off the ground. It didn't just come right off the bat into your glove. So I guess that would be a knock against it. It's like it is kind of difficult for some people to tell whether or not it's hitting off the ground or not. It's not very clear in that.
Yeah.
And it's tough because it's like got that angle of like the classic baseball angle where the camera's essentially back behind the catcher kind of deal.
Yeah.
I thought the fielding was really good. I think that and maybe it is because of coming off of Roger Clemens MVP baseball where that fielding is absolutely the worst fielding I think that I personally have ever played in a baseball game. It is so fucking bad. But this, it's like, okay, it plays like, honestly, like it plays like an NES baseball game, which is like fine for me. Like that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't need
because you'll get the
more.
Craving every now and then to play a baseball game, right?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And it's like
I don't get those feelings.
Yeah. I mean, like it's rare but it does happen. Like once a year, it's weird. Once a year, I'm like, I should buy a modern baseball game, and I have acted on that once, and I immediately regretted it because it was like, oh my God, I haven't played a baseball game in 12 years.
Since baseball on the NES.
Right. So
it's the one where robots are the pitchers.
Yeah, Baseball 2020. Yeah. Like, dude, I can't remember what game it was, but it was like MLB The Show, I think it was. Okay. And it's like 2008 or something like that. And it was like, I really probably had not played a baseball video game in 12 years. And it was like, let's do this. And I was like, this is not simple anymore at all.
Who are the Colorado Rockies?
Yeah, that's the other thing is like these games, like you're not shitting when you talked about NASCAR. Like they expect you to know like what kind of suspension you need for the track and stuff like that. But like in the
You want soft tires?
I don't know.
How soft are these tires?
What are they made of? Are they pillows? But it's like, I don't know, man. Like in the baseball game, ESPN Baseball Tonight, which also has their announcer and he has voice clips. And but in the game, it's like when you pick your team, you have to pick the division first. And it's like, they don't let you know what team is, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I want to play as the Cubs, I have to like guess what division they are.
I don't know. It's like, well, I guess I'll be the Blue Jays. Okay.
And it's like, I don't even know if the term division is the right term. Like, that's how little I know about the structure of baseball. But like, as far as like rules go, probably next to NASCAR, pretty straightforward. Baseball is. It's like, and I think that's why I get the urge to play baseball games from time to time, because it's just like, yeah, I know the rules to baseball. It's like, it's not like hockey, which is probably the next ESPN game that we should talk about, where it's like, I don't understand the rules of hockey at all. Like not a single fucking bit, like at all. I don't understand the rules.
Icing. What the fuck is icing? Aren't you all on ice? Isn't everybody icing? I don't know what.
And there's so many lines on the ring. It's just like, what are all these lines?
But I wonder. I'm mildly curious if we were to compare. Because once we play all these baseball games, I wouldn't mind doing some kind of a sister episode where we do this again, but with Japanese baseball games.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wonder the quality difference between American baseball games and Japanese baseball games. Because I know the Japanese are fucking crazy about baseball.
That's what I hear. I hear they love baseball.
And at this point in video game design, in '94, Japan is making superior games to America.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I wonder if baseball games are better.
If they're better on the whole.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm down to play some Japanese baseball games
because they're going to be at least weird and funny.
Maybe
like
some of them.
I watched like Jungle Baseball, where it's a baseball game, but everybody's like gorillas and tigers and shit like that, and then they have like cute Goemon kind of characters. Like it looks a little more fun to play.
All right, but I'm sure they also probably had some serious baseball simulators too. I mean, but yeah, no, I'm down to play. I'm down to try those for sure. Want to talk about hockey?
Yeah, let's pick that puck back up.
All right, ESPN National Hockey Night. It's a video game. It's a multi-platform traditional ice hockey simulation video game for the Super NES, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, and personal computers with MS-DOS capabilities. Like most ESPN games, there is an exhibition mode, a season mode, and a playoff mode. Most of the notable NHL players from the 1990s are included, though their real names are not. The players' jersey numbers are matched up with the 93-94 stats of the real-world players who wore those numbers. I didn't care for it.
Yeah, we tried playing this together. You played it with Jacob, right? And then we tried playing it together.
Yep.
It had some, I have to say, it had some cool elements to it, except playing it.
Playing it, I didn't think was fun at all. And to be fair, like it might be more fun it would definitely be more fun if I knew more about hockey, but I still don't know that it would be a good game.
Yeah.
Because it's like NES hockey, that's fun, but it's like, I can tell you it's definitely not as good as the other NFL games or NHL games that we.
Because I think as far as like something about the processing power and things like that with the Sega Genesis means that because it was a SNES Drunks video over hockey games that I watched, and I thought it wasn't.
Welcome to the SNES Drunk podcast.
Exactly. He was my because playing these games like. It doesn't give you enough information. And then Wikipedia is so light, like the best I can do to research a game, is to try to look up commentary on YouTube from somebody who's better about digging than I am.
Yeah.
And SNES Drunk, he's great at it.
Yeah, he is.
And he was telling me, because I called
him. Yeah. Hey, SNES Drunk, hey, tell me about this video game.
And
what you got?
That empirically, hockey games will be better on the Sega Genesis than the Super Nintendo. Because of the way the systems are designed. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I remember the one other hockey game I loved was a Genesis hockey game. That was like, I had such a blast playing that game. Like I was good at it. Like I played it with Brandon a lot. Like I loved that hockey game he had.
Were you the Gorillas or the Lions?
Oh, yeah. It's the Penguins. They're hockey players.
All right. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's like, even when I was a kid, we all knew that the Genesis had better sports games.
Yep.
And it's why I wanted a Super Nintendo, because it was like, well, I don't really like to play sports games, so I'll get the thing that's better at the other things.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's better at the baby games. I'll take that one, please. I want to play it loud, but man, that Genesis system is very edgy.
It's just too. I'll cut myself on that edge of the Genesis.
I don't think my parents will let me bring that into the house.
Yeah, I was an RPG kid, so there was not really.
Yeah, I mean, you got your Fantasy Stars.
Playing Fantasy Star, Beyond Fantasy Star, there wasn't a lot of draw for me to the Genesis.
No, man, SNES was fucking king for JRPGs. Mm-hmm. I mean, wow. Much Japanese RPG.
Much R, such J, wow P.
I mean, the options in this hockey game were pretty good. You could change the orientation of the skating rink.
I've never seen that in another hockey game. That was
rink.
Interesting, yeah.
So that was neat. You can play on the same team. I thought that was neat.
I haven't seen that before.
If you decide, you can just watch the computer play a game.
Don't know why you do that, but you could.
Maybe if you're like, man, I feel like I need to get more money's worth.
It's not hockey season, but I want to see a random system of numbers entertain me.
Yep, exactly. So I can't really. There are better hockey games out there. Mm-hmm. Like I don't even feel like this one is worth checking out.
It's not.
And it's the other thing.
It feels. I was telling you, like a sports game to me, it needs to like play smoothly to me. It can't feel janky and odd.
And this felt janky
100%.
And it's like, I know what they were trying to do. It's on ice, so the controls are going to be loose and they're going to be slippery, but it's like,
but you're slow and you're slippery.
Yeah,
it is not pleasing.
It doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't feel good, and it feels like it needs to be a little bit tighter.
Yep,
because it's like all the other hockey games that are fun to play the controls are just a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one at all.
There were like some mini games you could do, like Fastest Man.
And they're horrible.
Really
they're fucking horrible. Yeah, Fastest Man is like track and field, and it's like,
but very weird and hard.
So stupid, and like they don't even tell you what to do.
Yeah,
they just put you in the rink, and there are cones there, and it's like, I guess I'll skate around.
And the cones aren't well designed.
No, it's just like, okay, tacked on mode. All right, I got it. Okay, you felt like you needed
you alternate A and B to go, and then like I didn't know what I was doing, so I press A and I just like slide an inch, and I press X and I fall down.
Oh yeah,
and I stand back up. I press Y and I fall down.
Yeah. There are lots of
and then trying to make the turns when you like it was your turn, you knew what to do. Then when you hit the curves, it was just like
I ran into
it was
the
like
wall.
how I roller skate, just in a straight line till I hit a wall.
Yeah,
turn around, straight line till I hit a wall.
Those are the brakes on any kind of skating device.
Yep.
Walls. It's impossible to break otherwise.
You ready for some football?
I am ready for some football. Yeah, that's a sensible question. I'll give you a sensible answer. Yeah. I am ready for some football.
Then I'll give you a sensible chuckle.
There is, I feel like this is worth pointing out. Audio memes.
Or audio gifs.
There is this is worth pointing out. Some of the reviews that I read on ESPN National Hockey mirror the reviews for ESPN Sunday Night NFL, and that is, don't buy these games, buy the EA versions of these games. Like, that's like all the reviews are like, there's no point in buying these games. The EA sports games exist. Play those. They are much better.
Yep.
They're more sophisticated. They're more fun. They're more refined. Play those games. So it's like, it's tough. Like, what do you do when you're Sony and you're like, well, we got this ESPN license and it's not going to be as good as EA. So what do we do?
It's true.
Should we give up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we render the hosts of these shows very well?
Hopefully, some staffs will buy it based solely off the ESPN logo.
Are there like die-hard ESPN fans though? Like
maybe.
Like I'm sure there are people who like really like the channel and they watch it every day.
They jerk off to the no.
But it's like
nut.
No. Sorry, I had to do it too. It just sounded fun. But I mean, like, does an ESPN branded game even mean anything?
It shouldn't. Well, you would think like they're the big dog in sports entertainment. Like maybe
I guess it's better than just football game.
We can't afford to get the license from the actual. What else can we do? ESPN. They'll let us just slap ESPN on it for $100,000. Okay, cool.
Can we get the player names? No. Oh well, release it. Into the wild you go. All right. ESPN Sunday Night NFL is a sports video game that was released for the Super NES, Sega CD, and Sega Genesis in 1994. Like in other football games, the player must run, pass, and or kick a ball across a regulation field spanning 100 yards.
That is how you sports.
I know. Like, who wrote this? Me? Did I in 9th grade write this where it's like, I have to write how much on this game?
You left out that secret chapter of your life where you were in a real life Freaky Friday situation where you swapped jobs with Phil Hawkins and you had to be a sports writer.
Man, that is totally how I would do it. I would just be like, okay, go to Wikipedia, type in football. Okay, football is a game that was invented.
You were on a Skype call with Phil Hawkins. Lightning struck the internet, and then you switched bodies.
I've seen his art. He could do what I do. There's no doubt. Unfortunately, I can't sports write. This game was not great. Yeah. This game was like, out of all the games where there's like an EA parallel, this one stinks the most because it is like, I mean, my friend in middle school had a Sega Genesis and one of the games he had was Madden and we would play that. And it's like that compared to this is like, holy shit.
Unless you really have something like, why are you bringing anything to the table? Like,
yeah, no,
it's like bringing a second shittier turkey to Thanksgiving. Like, why?
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, you're totally right. Or, yeah.
Like, unless you really think, like, I'm going to one up that motherfucker's turkey. Everybody's going to eat my turkey because I have the best turkey.
Fuck Madden's turkey.
But you can't be, like, John Madden, I mean, it's a pretty good turkey, but I can make...
But I basted this motherfucker for hours.
I hand-basted it. I can't feel the love of my children anymore. But this will be I'll show that John Madden and his turkey. But they had to know. Like, this does not compare. Like...
And they would be right.
So I just don't understand.
I mean, it is a football ass football game. It looks really bad, and I think that takes away from it.
Unless it's half as good and you're charging half the price. Like, let's get the cheap footballers. Like, yeah. But if it's a full retail game versus another, like, I just don't understand.
No, there is no contest. And like the reviews in the retro gaming magazines reflect that. I mean, the reviews aren't like terrible reviews, but I mean, it's like there's no contest. Get the EA game. Like, what are you even doing? Like, yeah, get the EA game. This is for like a lot of these games are for that ESPN hardcore audience. It has to be. I mean, because that's where they spend all their effort. Seriously, they spend all their effort in like making the hosts look like the hosts and putting those sound clips in there. Like when the football players in this game like run into each other, it's like fucking pool noodles just slapping against each other. Like they don't like even like interact with one another. It's really ugly. It does not control well. Like,
what's your target demographic here, Game Maker? Well, Piggly Wigglies mostly.
Yeah.
So they'll buy the game and then they'll rent it out for their profit. We'll sell like 500 copies to stock all the Piggly Wigglies across America. And that's enough for us.
Well, it's like it's like a boring ass football game when you score a touchdown and the cutscene is a pasty white referee lifting his hands up in the touchdown motion.
Yeah.
With no expression. I mean, it's just like, okay, this is not exciting at all.
Dwight Schrute football.
Yeah, it's Schrute ball.
You have scored a touchdown.
It's not an exciting game to play.
It is football.
It is football. Dot matrix printed out, wrapped around the box. It is football. You can't argue that. I don't know. It's man, definitely. What sucks the most about it is it's not a horrible game.
Yeah,
it's not horrible. It's just not good either. And it's like there are way better options out there. So don't even bother. Mm-hmm. Sorry, ESPN Football Night or whatever you're called. So yeah, I don't know. I think all four of these games could be easily skipped and you're not missing out on anything.
Yep.
So
even if you like sports games, especially if you like sports games.
Yeah, for everybody, really. Because it's like, if you don't like sports games, you're really going to hate these.
Yep.
If you do like sports games, you're just going to be disappointed that they're not as good as the other sports games that you've played.
Are you a Chilean miner who just got pulled out? You might enjoy this.
You're probably still going to hate this.
You're going to be like,
put me back
in the mine? Yeah.
I mean, it was cold and wet and I was dying down there, but at least it wasn't this video game. So now what do we do?
Didn't you take any achievements for any other games across the board?
We did get some achievements on the Twitch stream from a few folks. Let's see what we got here. Let me log into the old Chivo machine. Let me turn the key. All right, pull the lever, twist the knob. Needs more twisting.
Bop it, twist it, pull it.
Man, don't tell everybody that the achievement machine is a bop it.
It's a giant bop it.
I have 3 achievements, and here they are. First achievement comes in from Big Dick Pie Baker, Chris Vaughn, and that is, why even bother? In order to unlock why even bother, chit chat with Jacob instead of playing the game. Second achievement.
You can find his cell phone number in the show notes. So whenever you just
call
chat
him up.
Jacob. Yeah.
Unlock that achievement. Second achievement comes from...
Let's give out TADPOG centric achievements. One, and we'll write your name on the wall like that you got the chatted up Jacob achievements.
Second achievement comes from Usurper God, Grim Fandango, and that is, if you ain't first, you're last. That's from that Ricky Bobby movie.
Oh, yeah.
In order to...
that, I don't know what to do with my hands.
You're right.
Yeah.
That
was the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the title of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands. The movie.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I guess I'll use them to make shake and bake. The movie.
In order to unlock, if you ain't first, you're last. You need to finish first in all the races or give up and go watch Talladega Nights. Third achievement. There is now crying in baseball. In order to unlock there is now crying in baseball, you need to play a game of ESPN Baseball Tonight. And that comes in from Catchpenny. Thank you, guys.
What's the best baseball movie?
The best baseball movie? Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good baseball movies, man.
Yeah.
Like, as far as sports movies go, like, I feel like baseball is the king, right? Name another sport that has better movies than baseball.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm trying to think
boxing,
of football.
Potentially.
Boxing has some good...
Because those are all very
Rocky,
personal, like characters driven. But, I mean, like, baseball's got a great... I mean, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, because I can think about football, like, okay, Varsity Blues. Okay,
not a great movie.
Remember the Titans.
That one was fine.
I mean, Friday Night Lights, but that's a show. Friday Night Lights is the best sports show.
I haven't seen that one. I heard about that weird episode you told me about.
Yeah, the rape episode.
So, yeah.
Very weird.
But baseball, man. Baseball's got the best movies. You got Field of Dreams, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the way when you can Jacob were talking about how the baseball pitcher throws.
Yeah.
He did look like Rookie of the Year, like floating it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Sandlot, that's a baseball movie.
Sandlot. My favorite, I think Sandlot's up there, but I think my favorite baseball movie is
Bad News Bears.
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own, man. There's now crying in baseball.
I mean, Rookie of the Year, I did love so much. I then went and bought the book and read the book.
Wow. At the Scholastic Book Fair?
I do think that's where I got it. I do think that's where I got it.
No one else sold that
I didn't
book.
go to Walden Books and find that. It was probably at the book fair.
If you wanted a novelization, a children's novelization of a children's movie, Scholastic Book Fair was your best bet. Because, man, they did have those for sure.
Yep.
Jacob was telling me that they're doing like a League of Their Own like series or something.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so that's all right.
I do for Christmas. Like I want to watch the movie with Kenna, and then say, "You want to be one of those for Halloween?" Did I say Christmas? I meant Halloween.
You did say Christmas.
I would like to get.
Tell me about your weird Christmas traditions where you dress up.
We
as
watch baseball
players.
movies. We watch a Gina Davis movie every year on Christmas.
Well, you just invented a podcast you can do with your daughter. Every Christmas you publish the episode annually, and you and Kenna talk about a Gina Davis movie.
Pretty good.
Gotta come up with names for it.
There you go. All right.
So I can help with that.
All right.
Do you have any achievements?
No.
Okay. All right. Then do you have, can you answer some questions for me? How about that?
Yes.
How much do you think each one of these games are loose? Welcome to the longest "How much is this game" segment in the history of our C- podcast.
I will throw around blanket $750, all 4 games.
You are closest with ESPN Speed World,
All right.
which averages $6.04 loose on pricecharting.com at the time of this recording. Beyond that, right below that, you've got ESPN Sunday Night Football coming in at $467. ESPN National Hockey Night at $303.
Damn.
And ESPN Baseball Tonight at $297.
Wow. We have not had games that cheap in quite some time.
No, we haven't. And I would buy these at these prices.
Just to have on your shelf.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I would. Yeah, I'd buy these just to have on the shelf and probably never put in the Super Nintendo again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the one that I would have the most deliberation over would be ESPN Speed World at $6.04.
Yeah.
I'd ask the dude, would you take 4 for it?
Yeah.
You know? Or would you sell all of these to me for $5?
There you go. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. They're not great.
No.
They're not great.
Nope.
Unfortunately, they're not rare either, it seems.
Yeah, no. I feel like there aren't a lot of rare sports games except for what's that one, like a GameCube sports game that they changed the cover art for. I think that one. I forget something for the GameCube, like a basketball game where they had it changed for some reason. I feel like that. Now the original cover is like rare and expensive.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I had, if I were to give like my experience on this podcast today a grade, it'd probably be about a C. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got the CU, which was nice, and I don't know. I feel like I made some C- jokes, but that's okay. I mean, you know,
we both did, my friend.
We're hanging out.
Both did.
We're hanging out. But if you were to give this game a beard, that sums up how you would feel about it. What kind of beard would it be?
See, because a beard across the entire spectrum of the ESPN sports series.
Nut.
I feel. Have you seen the show Goliath?
Is that a Bible show?
No, it is. What's that guy? Billy.
Zane.
No, different Billy. Sling Blade Billy.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. It's an Amazon show, Amazon Prime show.
Okay.
Where he plays a lawyer who takes on giant corporations.
I have not seen it.
It's
Wouldn't
pretty
he
good.
be David in that situation, and the corporations be Goliath?
Essentially,
is his name David? Please tell me his character's name is David.
I don't remember, but he doesn't. It's very practical in that he does not always win. It's often like real life. Like sometimes he loses, sometimes he won't be just settled. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Remember that climatic episode where they just settled in the end?
Well,
you okay? Oh man,
some spit went down the wrong tube.
Oh boy.
But in season 1, where
spit
he opens
down the breathing tube, not the spitting tube.
Not the spitting tube. He helped found this massive multi-million-dollar law firm and then left it. But his former partner and now rival, a very strange, eccentric man who at a young age, like his father, set him on fire with gasoline and flicking a cigarette on him. So he is very, very burned.
Yeah, that's dramatic.
So I would give it his beard.
Oh, it's like a charred flesh beard?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. For all across the spectrum of these ESPN games.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
I think I don't know if I've given these before, but in the Mistborn series, there are you find out in the Mistborn series that there are these what are they called? They're like the king's like personal like immortal unkillable foot soldiers.
Okay. Like palace guards kind of thing?
Sort of. Like his personal king's guard.
Okay.
And they're all driven through with like railroad spikes. Two through their eyes, and then two through their hands, through their joints.
Right.
So I would have to give it the railway spike glasses from Mistborn.
Okay. You haven't pulled that one out for a while.
It's been some time.
Yeah, I can't remember. It might have been
It's a
King
long
Arthur
time
or
ago.
something. All right. I got probably like 10 or so questions.
Hell yeah.
We got a quiz that came in from Ross Rachel Green from across the pond entitled, Gimme the D. Gimme the D.
Okay.
Unlike Old Man's Penis, these quizzes are getting harder. Man, I fucked your joke up, and I'm so sorry. Take two.
Right.
Unlike an old man's penis, these quizzes are getting harder.
All right. I guess fighting an old man isn't very hard.
Pause for laughter. Continue. Two right. The joke here being that old men can't achieve and sustain an erection.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to defy God and nature and science. So I am going with letters of the alphabet because why the balls not? Answers are game, name, and number. Also, people seem to get hung up on the numbers of the games. I don't expect you to get them right. You don't earn points for them. I just like to add them in as a side quest, if you will.
Okay.
All right. And by people, I think he means you or me because we are the only ones who take these quizzes. So passive aggressive much? All right. So these are letters of the alphabet.
Okay.
Question 1. This game sees the demise of a popular superhero.
Death and Return of Superman?
But how is that because it starts with D?
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
That has to be it.
The Death and Return of Superman.
That was early on.
Very early.
That was on the IGN's Top 100 Super Nintendo Games list. What do you think? Episode 24?
Yeah.
Something like
that.
Good.
That's probably pretty good.
All right. Locking it in. The Death and Return of Superman, episode 24. It is episode 23. The Death and Return of Superman. We almost got that side quest goal.
You almost got that side quest. That was all you.
There's a guess. Much like my penis when I'm 70, I am defying everything. Next question. This threequel features neither of the games. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Take two. Totally going to edit this out. No one's ever going to hear this. This threequel features neither of the first game's characters. And of course, we're not going to edit that out.
Threequel.
There are three games. Features neither of the first game's characters. So the second game has a completely different cast.
Starts with a D?
I guess. The title of the quiz is Gimme the D. But the description says, I am going with letters of the alphabet.
Degaman X3.
Degaman X. I think that's a slur. If it's not, it sure as fuck sounds like one. Hey, Degaman. What?
What did you call me? Oh, shit. A lot. I'm trying to think of how many sequels.
Right. How many threequels? But that's not to say that all three games came out on the Super Nintendo either.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Like maybe the first game came out on the NES or something.
See, not Contra. What other? Alien 3? No. What's other 3? Around the 24s. Assume it's not a huge jump. I don't know. I have like zero clue.
I don't know either. Bebe's Kids.
Yep.
Locking it in.
Diddy's Kids.
Yeah.
The sequel. The threequel.
God damn it, dude. Holy shit, how did we not get this? How the fuck did we not get this? We are done podcasting.
Okay.
Episode 52, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Fucking Donkey Kong Country. I was just thinking about Donkey Kong Country earlier today because it's like it turns 25 years old this week. Like when this episode publishes, the day after, it's like Donkey Kong Country is now 25 years old. Fuck. I am very disappointed.
I mean, I wouldn't have gotten there.
God.
Not at all. I guess because that game is so meaningless to me, it didn't even ping.
Yeah, but Donkey Kong Country, I mean, come on. Like, we should have gotten
I'd be like, there were only two of those.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. All right, next question. This game features a character that was an enemy in another game title. Well, that was Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country.
Demon's Crest.
Very nice.
It's Demon's Crest.
100% Demon's Crest. Good job.
And that, what do you think, 78?
I want to say it was a 10, but we were 50. I bet 60.
I'm good with somewhere in the 60s.
So I want to say, well, because I know Megalixer was on for that one. Mm-hmm. So I want to say it was a 10s.
A tens? What does that mean?
Because they would want to do remixes for us every 10 episodes.
Oh, okay. I got
I'm thinking it's on
Okay.
a multiple of 10.
You want to go with 60?
Let's go with 60.
All right, 60, Demon's Crest, locking it in. It is 80, Demon's Crest. All right. Next question. This game is an 8-bit. How the fuck did I not get Donkey Kong Country 3, but I got Demon's Crest? Next question. This game is an 8-bit take on a popular type of movie. So it's an NES game. Popular type of movie. Starts with D.
Daction. Drama. Drama the game. Drama the 8-bit game.
Drama for the NES. Your parents help you hook it up.
Dragon something.
Oh.
Action, Double Dragon. I don't.
But is Double Dragon a popular type of movie?
It's also a type of movie, starting with a D.
This game is an 8-bit take on a popular type of movie.
Okay, what are types of movies?
Like genres? Like drama, comedy,
yeah,
action?
That's what I'm thinking. Dick showing.
All right. Types of movies.
Types of movies.
Guy movies, girl movies, kids movies.
Chick flick, dick flick.
Romantic comedies. What's a dick flick? Is that a porn?
I'll show you one more time. A dramedy.
All right, clearly we don't know this.
No clue.
Let's go with A Boy and His Blob, episode 5,000.
Da Boy and His Blob.
Da Boy and His Blob. Locking it in, it is 103 Dead Pixels.
I forgot about that 100%.
I also forgot about that.
Man, I that game was like, yeah, click, deleted out of my memory.
I forgot about that to the degree of we did an episode on a game called Dead Pixels. Mm-hmm. I hope I didn't have a whole lot of good things to say about it because I sure as hell do not even remember the game remotely.
Because it was a side-scrolling zombie slaying.
Yep, not ringing any bells.
It was a very early iTunes request.
I'll have to look up a video
Steam game
to remind me. Okay, next question. This game was a revelation in graphics, but was really just clever design.
Revelation in graphics.
Dar Fox?
Dar Fox 64? Doshi's Island?
Duper Dario Durald?
Dunt Race FX.
Dino Dynasty?
Chrono Trigger? Dirtbound? Dirtbound. Trigger.
I don't know, man. It was a revelation in graphics, but it was really just clever design. I don't know.
Man.
It starts with D?
D.
Da Boy and His Blob?
David Crane's A Boy and His Blob.
Whoa! Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. That has to be an answer later. It has to be. A revelation in graphics, but was really just clever design. What games were revolutionary in graphics?
Because I don't even know. It could be NES. It could be Genesis. It could be anything.
It's Donkey Kong Country. It has to be.
I'm trying to think of anything like an N64 that was a breakthrough in 3D technology.
It has to be, right? Because it's like the whole thing about Donkey Kong Country was that it was like 3D, but it wasn't. It was 2D sprites made that were taken from were 2D renders
Donkey
of 3D sprites, right?
Donkey Kong Country.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Donkey Kong Country.
All right.
What episode number do you think it was?
110.
110. I mean, it seems like a Ross thing to do, right? He's like, they won't guess Donkey Kong Country because I just did Donkey Kong Country 3, right?
Yep.
Maybe. All right, locking it in. It is 112 Donkey Kong Country.
Very nice.
I would have flipped a fucking chair if we would have missed that. After we didn't get Donkey Kong Country 3.
We'd have to redo 3 episodes of Donkey Kong Country.
We would re-record this podcast so that we could get that question right. Holy shit. Next question.
Dad Dog doing Donkey Kong Country.
This sequel only features one of the previous game's playable characters. It's Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest.
Okay.
What number is that? There's no way that came after Donkey Kong Country.
It did.
Did it really?
Because I adamantly disagreed with it.
All right. What episode number do you think it was?
138.
138, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, locking it in. It is 136, Donkey Kong Country 2. Dude put 3 Donkey Kong Country games in there.
Not a lot of D games to go with, I
know,
guess.
but I think he did it on purpose. I think he was like, they're going to miss all of these. They're going to be really fucking mad about it.
They're going to forget they played that Dharma and Greg game.
All right. Next question. This survival game with a twist sees you managing health and sanity.
We did a game where you measure health and sanity.
There is Dark Corners of the Earth, but we have not done an episode on that. That's the Call of Cthulhu, one of the Call of Cthulhu games, where you definitely manage health and sanity. Dharma Initiative?
There is a lost game.
We should do the lost game for like a Patreon episode.
Yep. Go get all those pineapples for Sawyer. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sassafras, why'd you give me 8 pineapples? Modern gaming.
This survival game with a twist sees you managing health and sanity.
A survival game.
And we've definitely done an episode on it. Let me verify that these are games we've done an episode on. Yeah. Answers are game, name, and number.
A survival game where you manage health and sanity. Starts with a D.
A survival game with a twist sees you managing health and sanity. We assume it starts with a D.
Did we do a game over... What is it? Not Cthulhu Saves the World, but the other one. I think it starts with a D. No, it's Breath of Death, so never mind. Shit, I don't know.
Duberdario Dorld, right?
Yeah.
All right, locking it in.
Resident Evil.
It is 179, Don't Starve. That was a good question.
Oh, shit. Another game I didn't like Don't Starve, so I've just completely forgot about it.
I haven't forgotten about it because there's a game out that just came out not too long ago that like kind of reminds me. It's an RPG that kind of reminds me of Don't Starve. I think it's called Yaga. All right, next question. This kart racing game was arguably better than the most popular one and saw you piloting a series of different vehicles.
Diddy
Kong's Racing.
Yep.
What episode number do you think it was?
210.
210, locking it in. It is, in fact, 216 Diddy Kong Racing. If only you would have thought, like, oh, wait, Megalixer was not going to do a song for Diddy Kong Racing, you would have known it wasn't 210. The next question. This game could be bought on release with a particular fruit. I remember talking about this. You could buy the game for, I think, a banana. It might have been Donkey Kong 94, maybe.
Okay.
Was that it?
Maybe. Sure. Donkey Kong 94. Donkey Kong 64?
Might have been 64. I was thinking the Game Boy game 94.
Game Boy 94, yeah.
But you're probably right. It probably is 64.
If we're going in order, we did 64 way before we did 94.
You're right. And Diddy Kong Racing's an N64 game, so it makes sense. Let's go Donkey Kong 64.
Yep.
What episode number do you think it is?
234.
234, Donkey Kong 64.
We got one. We got one.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify. Good night.
I'm going to go have Ross Rachel Green fucking suck my dick.
Last question. All right, let's settle down.
He's going to taste America real good.
This is that Christmas game you can never remember.
Swallow this, you Tory fuck. I'm sorry, what? Thinking too much about blowing a load in Ross Rachel Green's mouth.
This is that Christmas game you can never remember. It's Days of Christmas or Days Before Christmas?
Days Before Christmas.
D-A-Z.
D-A-Z.
Is it Days Before?
You're Krampus or whatever. Man, I forgot about that too.
I think you're like Santa.
Aren't you Santa until you get like a power? But Santa can't hurt the enemies unless he's the Krampus or some shit like that.
That game was bogus. I do not remember shit about it.
Yeah. It's like, it's Christmas. Is there a Christmas game we can play?
What episode number do you think it was? Is it days before or days of Christmas? Because I don't know.
I think it's days before.
Let's go with days before.
243.
243 days before Christmas. Locking it in. It is 272 days before Christmas. So we got that. We only missed one Donkey Kong country.
Yep.
God damn it, man.
God damn it.
Dodd gammit.
Oh. Well, I've certainly had fun on this episode no one's going to listen to.
I'm glad that you have.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was good. Felt good.
Tyler, I have more questions for you.
Hell yeah.
ESPN The Quiz comes in from Quizmaster Bovine Bear Matt.
Woo!
Are you ready? Are you ready to absolutely bomb this
I
one?
can say his mouth is completely safe from my com.
10 Dave-style questions about ESPN. Nut. Get yo popcorn ready. ESPN NFL 2K5 was known for experimenting with this game feature in a sports game that is more associated with shooter games. Headshots. Gotta be headshots.
Headshots.
Yeah, throwing footballs at heads.
All right. Yeah, headshots.
Locking it in.
Good call.
Headshots.
Good call.
It is first person.
Damn it.
All right, next question.
Body armor.
Horse armor.
Golden guns.
Next question. That's how we're going to do it. Can we agree? We're going to do the whole... Okay,
100%.
ESPN covered the bowling tournament at the end of this 1996 Farrelly Brothers comedy. Well, that's Kingpin. We all know that one. Locking it in, okay. Kingpin. It is, in fact, Kingpin. All right, but now we're gonna do fake answers.
Fake answers unless we know it.
Right? Pretty much how we do the show.
Yep.
This short-lived reality show had aspiring sportscasters competing to win a job at ESPN. That's right, kind of in your wheelhouse. Not the ESPN part,
the reality,
but
TV,
reality
shows.
TV show.
Only
part.
if it was super trashy. Commentate my heart.
Commentate my heart.
Commentate my heart.
Final answer. Locking it in. It is Dream Job. Dream Job. Man, we should have gone with headshots. What used to be the top matchup of the week in NFL and the only primetime game. Since moving from ABC to ESPN, this show is more known for things like boring matchups, commentators arguing, and of course, the Booger Mobile. Well, that's definitely headshots.
Yeah.
Or do you think this one's first person?
SportsCenter.
All right, SportsCenter.
Nut.
It is Monday Night Football.
I guess I didn't know it was a show.
Yeah.
I
just thought it was.
It was just an event.
Yeah. Man, that advertising worked on both you and me. We bought that marketing, gobbled it up, man.
Yep.
Monday Night Football, that's an event.
Put that shit in a sandwich. I'll eat it.
Quote, Tyler Holland, 2019. Put that shit in a sandwich. I'll eat it.
It applies to a lot of things in my life.
Next question. Name of the failed mobile phone company ESPN released in 2006. ESPN had a phone company?
Doble phone.
Doble phone. Locking it in. Doble phone. It is ESPN Mobile.
ESPN phone.
Sports phone. All right. Next question.
A soccer ball. That's a phone.
Hey, tired of your Garfield phone? What if it was a soccer ball?
What actually gets some pussy? Have a phone that looks like a soccer ball.
All right, next question, which is totally made up. I can tell from the very start. Joey Chestnut has won 12 of these contests that have been televised by ESPN since 2002.
Eating contest?
Yep. All right, locking it in. It is, in fact...
Or is it a hot dog eating contest?
Judges? Can you be a little more specific?
Can
you be a little more specific than hot dog eting contest?
Is it a Hebrew national hot dog eating contest?
It is Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Okay. I don't know who Nathan is.
Oh my God, he's got good hot dogs.
Next question. Whether you call it a sport or not, you can bet ESPN had covered Whether you call it a sport or not, you can bet ESPN had coverage of this card game around the mid-2000s when it boomed in popularity.
Poker.
Texas Hold'em Pokem.
Yeah.
Pokem. Texas
Hold'em and Pokem. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna tie her down. Hold her and poker.
Hold 'em, Texas. It is, in fact, just Pokem.
It's a steer branding competition.
Just poke 'em.
Hold 'em and poke 'em.
Next question. In September 1979, ESPN broadcast its first ever live event of the Sports World Series. Baseball?
79? Surely it was before that.
Televised, though, right?
Yeah, I guess baseball.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't know. It seems like it should have been before that, but maybe it wasn't.
What other sport has a World Series, though?
Poker.
Yeah, I mean, but that was mid-2000s. Pokem wasn't even invented in 1979.
Yeah, baseball. I guess that makes sense. I
Maybe.
don't know of any other World Series.
I don't know. All right, baseball, logging it in. It is American Professional Slow Pitch Softball.
All right.
Should have gone with headshots. Next question. ESPN's Red Carpet Awards show the ESPYs. ESPY is abbreviated for this. ESPN Sport Person of the Year.
Okay.
Locking it in. It is, in fact, excellent in sports performance yearly.
Fuck you, ESPN.
Next, they might be listening to this episode.
Yeah,
this
good.
Yeah, it's going to pop on their SEO.
See what I think about your games, ESPN?
You didn't even broadcast baseball in 1979. Last question. ESPN is abbreviated for this. Sports something network. Something sports something network.
Extraterrestrial Sports Network.
You forgot the P. Professional.
Person.
Extraterrestrial
People.
Sports People Network. Locking it in. It is Extraterrestrial Sports People Network.
Yeah.
Okay, well done.
I Bill and Ted style changed that one right before you read that.
You had one wish remaining on your genie and you used it to time travel. It is Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. Thank you, Matt. I have a feeling that you knew we were not going to do well at that, but at least we didn't miss it.
That's okay.
At least we didn't miss a question about Donkey Kong.
Yep.
On that quiz, I mean. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it. That's a show.
Pretty good.
It was okay. I'd give it a C minus.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I mean, maybe.
That's pretty good for a sports episode.
Yeah. Maybe a C if you're like, I don't know what podcasts are, and you just stumble upon this.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit.
I don't know podcatcher. I don't know what's gonna be a good like ESPN. I don't care about. I gotta get my sports. Let me put ESPN in.
I love the idea of someone, first of all, randomly downloading a podcatcher on their phone and then going into it and not immediately being like, what the fuck is this? They're just like, I don't know, man. They got ESPN on this thing. ESPN.
And surely we would be the first thing that popped up and not anything by ESPN.
No, of course not. Well, it's because we accidentally fucked up on the title.
I need two boys that look like sports commentators in the art. ESPN. I just see letters and sport. There are two boys. They even got wings. This is going to be wonderful.
Well, the person actually, they mistyped. They did EPSN, which was perfect because we also made a typo in our title of this episode, EPSN.
That's probably a better way for us if anybody find this episode.
And that is how usurper god Grim Fandango found this podcast, was typing in EPSN. And there it was.
All right.
The rest was history.
Oh, man. All right. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm eyeing that bat rack you got there.
Oh, yeah.
See several signed bats there. Let's see. Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get throw them in the trash
Yeah,
can.
it's garbage.
Lou Gehrig throw this one.
No.
Use this one as a cane. Aha. Here we go. Here's my pride and joy.
Oh.
Signed by the one and only, known for his Shakespearean art.
Bo Jackson.
Sorry, I had garbage too.
Ah,
I got another one.
Man, I'd love to see Bo Jackson in some theater, though.
Yep.
Just breaking bats.
Man, that cartoon was pretty good. My Louisville Slugger, signed by one Donnie Jeffcoat.
The Donnie Jeffcoat.
The Donnie Jeffcoat. Put it on the ground here. Put my forehead on it.
Not to be confused with Jeff Donnycoat.
Jeff, we don't talk about him.
No.
he is legend.
Nega Donnie.
I'm going to turn around in circles over and over again really fast. Say my prayer. So my no holds in random direction. Please no sports games.
Oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why in the world would you fucking do that, man?
I got to challenge it.
You know I'm raised Catholic. We don't do that.
We can't cower before it. We have to stand up to it.
No, we definitely cower before it. I'm sorry. Continue your prayer.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies or sports games. Stop.
336. What letter do you think we're in? I'm just fucking with you.
F's.
It's Mega Man X2. We've already done it. Pray again. Please pray again.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
325.
Damn. All right. M's again.
Mm-hmm. I just told it. Subtract 11. Now make sure I did the math right. Yep.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good D&D skills.
All right. Woo.
What we got?
Marvel Superheroes in War of the Gems.
All right.
That is a game that I have played before. I played that one in high school, I think.
All right. Something. A little more home. All right.
Yeah, a lot more home. A lot more home.
The randomizer just like, all right.
Is there Spider-Man in a baseball game? Nope. Okay.
I'd play that baseball game.
I would too. But the whole time I'd be thinking, man, I wish he wasn't playing baseball. I wish he was like fighting dudes.
What was it? There was a baseball episode of Dragon Ball Super where they all play baseball.
Oh my God.
It was basically an episode to be like, let's give Yamcha one. Just one.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is a professional baseball player.
Right.
Yep.
So I haven't seen much of Dragon Ball Z, but like Yamcha's kind of a big deal in Dragon Ball.
He's pretty much a joke in all of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z.
That's a bummer because I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you think he's going to have some relevance, and it very, very quickly goes away.
Yeah. Well, you got to get out of that crater.
I feel like, okay, they give him a few. He does a few good things, but for the most part, he is like a running joke from the start.
He can't help it, though. He's human, right?
Well, Krillin does a lot better things.
Yeah, I like Krillin, too.
Krillin, like, is still kind of takes a beating, but he does plenty of good shit.
Do you know that Krillin and Toad are the same person? Just one doesn't wear a hat?
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Well, thanks for listening. Next week, you're going to catch that Marvel superheroes and the War of the Gems.
Yeah, man, it would have been great if we would have like done that during like Avengers Endgame or something. But hey, remember, you know that hot movie that came out a while back? Now we're going to kind of talk about the game that kind of relates with those those infinity things. Yeah.
Oh, man. That's what we'll be doing. You can catch our show on YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes,
and Spotify. We can be one of dozens if you listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah. You want to be one of the top 1%?
The Spotify 5, we call them.
the Spotify. Perfect. Paul Korn, you are one of them on the Spotify.
It's actually just Paul Korn, and Paul Korn. Who are the 5 top Spotify listeners?
The 5 greatest Spotify listeners of all time. Oh, hey, you want to send us something for an intro? Enough Garth Brooks stories, enough lying to your wife stories, Tyler. Let's send you some stuff to talk about on the show or try on the show.
You didn't
or
lie to her.
Some garbage. No, sure.
Is that a lie?
Oh yeah, it was a lie, but it was a good.
You consider it a lie?
I mean, I did lie to her.
I mean, you did.
I told her not the truth.
Yeah, you're right.
It was for a good purpose, but yeah.
And the surprise really didn't even work out.
No.
She knew.
No.
I really hate to break your heart, man, but she knew.
I don't think she knew.
She knew.
I don't think she knew.
Yeah.
I think she wouldn't.
But she wants you to feel good, so she So she didn't tell you that she knew.
Yeah. I don't think she knew.
You remember the time when you were leaving the house and she's like, "Do you really think I should wear this to the stream?" Okay, I guess I'll wear this to the stream.
When am I going to see Garth Algar of Wayne's World? I don't know. Was it?
Is Kyle's friend Brooks going to be there? Shout out to Brooks.
Thank you for having a convenient name.
You did it.
Oh man. You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 85. Shit, I totally lost. I tripped over myself.
That's all right.
TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box. I don't know. I forgot it. It's gone. TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785. Paducah, Kentucky. 42002.
Oh my God.
That was hard. It did.
It left you.
I'm so used to going in that. It's muscle memory. Yeah. That's all it is.
And you looked at me for a moment, and I just kind of shook my head.
I don't fucking know that shit.
I was like, I don't know. I do not know our P.O. Box address. Good luck.
Or you can catch us on. We're putting more effort into it to the TADPOG page.
The Facebook page.
The TADPOG Facebook page.
Not to be confused with our website.
Which we're putting no work into.
Yeah.
There's show notes there.
Yeah, there are show notes there. That's true.
But you can find us. So please like us there. We're trying to make that a more amusing thing to follow. But then we get that more dank shit in the TADPOG Nation. And then for only the nicest boys and girls, we got that Discord.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, both at TADPOG_podcast. You want a shirt, shirts.tadpog.com. But I think most importantly, it's that Patreon.
Yeah, man, we got a Patreon. Do you like Patreon? Do you like supporting C- podcasts that publish weekly consistently?
Yep.
That makes a difference. If you do, choose us. Let us be your mediocre video game and comedy podcast. You can
let us be that thing you play in the background while you clean your house,
or play a game, or drive to work. So many functions. Yeah, you can do that at patreon.com/tadpog. I stream on Sunday nights. If you want to come hang out, I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/tadpog_podcast. Next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, I'll be playing this Marvel, never heard of them. Marvel superheroes in War of the Gems.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I think that'll be a fun stream.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because this game, like, I'm ready. I want to talk about it. Because, but I also want to save it. But it's like, man, the X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, it's like that, but
not X-Men.
Not X-Men. Wolverine's in it, which is great. But yeah, you got Spider-Man in it, and it's like they're obviously pulling from their sprite design and like Marvel versus Capcom. Like Spider-Man has that look and everything. Oh, all right. Anyway,
Moon Knight in it.
I do not believe that Moon Knight is in it. I'm sorry.
Talk about Shatterstar.
I do not believe that Shatterstar is in it either. I do not recall. It's been a very long time.
No one gets a break.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Sorry.
But Adam Warlock.
No. Can say with confidence.
Fuck. Gladiator?
Probably not. No, probably not. Trying to think of more obscure Marvel characters.
Yeah. What about Batman?
Batman's in it.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, Batman is in it.
All right.
The rarest of Marvel characters, Batman is in it.
Yeah. Okay. Our theme song is Moved by Seymour Drive. Link to that track in the show notes at tadpog.com. How would you like to close this one out, Dave?
As our favorite ESPN broadcaster.
Sweet. All right.
Do you know any of those?
Sorta.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. Who are you?
Charles Berkeley.
I was Jeff Kapsky.
Perfect.
He lost Dream Job. But I thought he would have been great.
Jeff Kapsky. This is why I lost Dream Job.
Let's talk about football. That's actually just a guy that I know.
Oh, riding the pooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. That's a classic hockey term.
Classic, yes. Who was because it was Ray Romano on SNL, I think, doing a
he
was new as a commentator.
Oh, yeah?
Coming in like a hockey game. And he's like, oh, he takes a shot, go up the booper.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, I just lucked out with that hockey thing.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, me and Ray Romano have like a deep connection. I've said that for years.
Yeah, I've always, I agree. When you said that, I've been like, man, that is so true.
Yeah. And it's like, I remember seeing him on Dr. Katz a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like before I'd even seen anything else of his. Same with Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle and I we had the same first name.
Dave Attell.
I saw him on Dr. Katz. So, yeah. I would like that's my brush with fame. Is seeing two comedians on Dr. Katz.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
See you guys next week.
Bye. Sluts. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Stinger. I like that laugh. It's really good. You practicing for Call of Cthulhu?
I am now.